So recently, I had a bit of a joke argument on TikTok. Well, I hope it was a joke argument. But the argument was about who would win in a fight between Goku and Shaggy. Well, I love Dragon Ball, so obviously I said Goku. But that did actually get me thinking, how many fights did Goku actually win in Dragon Ball? We know he died at least twice, so how strong was he? Was he really the ultimate fighter? So I've done some research and I've gone through every fight that Goku has had to see how many of them he actually won and work out his percentage. So let's crack on with every fight Goku's ever done with. So some ground rules to get started with. So we're only looking at the main TV series. So we're only going to be looking at Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. So none of the films, sorry Broly fans, we're definitely not taking a look at Dragon Ball GT. Go and check out my 10 things wrong with Dragon Ball GT video and you'll see why I don't really like GT. And obviously I am looking at Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Z Kai. Also, if you die in a fight, that means you've lost. And also, sparring fights are generally excluded from the list. And also, if it's a 1-on-3 and the one beats the 3, that's only one win. Multiple matches only equal one fight. Now, lastly, there is a tally at the bottom of the screen, so you guys at home can keep a score as well. I have put in my script. Let's hope that my script and what appears on the screen tallies up at the end. That'd be embarrassing if I've got that wrong. But that's enough of me talking. Let's get on with every fight that Goku's ever done. So we're starting off at the very beginning in the Emperor Pilaf Saga. And Goku's very first fight was with a fish, which Goku obviously won. And then he took on a pterodactyl trying to save Bulma, which Goku obviously won. And he also took on some wolves, which Goku obviously won. Now the first real main person challenge he actually fought was the bear thief. And when I say bear thief, he's a bear who's a thief, not a thief that steals bears. I didn't name these people, that's going to come up a lot in this video, but ultimately Goku did win that fight. Are you really that surprised? Then next up, we start the Dragon Ball trend of Goku fighting somebody and they're becoming friends with Oolong, the shape-shifting pig. Yeah, Goku beat him, and Oolong's actually still in Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, Oolong was the first bad guy that Goku became friends with. Now, next up is a little bit controversial because the next person that Goku gets into a fight with was Yamcha. You know, the guy who's more famous for Yamcha's dead memes than anything else. And so Goku's first fight with him, and Goku lost. I'm not kidding. Well, there was something about it. Goku was actually hungry, didn't have enough energy, so couldn't actually defend himself. Luckily, Goku was saved by Bulma because Yamcha's scared of girls and runs off. Now a little bit later they do have a rematch which Goku finally beats Yamcha. And then next up we have the Ox King, who is big, powerful, and Goku cannot make a dent in him, so that's another loss to Goku really. So next up is the Rabbit Mob, which Goku sort of wipes the floor with them quite easily, but then their leader, Monster Carrot, turns up and Goku beats him by bonking him on the head with the power pole. It's a different time in Dragon Ball. Now moving forward a couple of episodes, the next big fight Goku has is versus Shu's Dog Police. But once again, Goku has no energy and they ultimately lose because they end back up in prison. Yeah, Goku loses for the most silliest of reasons when he does lose a fight at the moment. But then Goku does one of his first transformations into the Great Ape and he takes out very easily Emperor Pilaf, Mai and Shu. He takes them out easily. But then he turns on his friends. But he's against Bulma, Yamcha, Puar, Oolong. Can his friends actually stop him? Well, yeah. Yamcha and Puar turn into scissors and cut his tail off. Goku's beat. I just realised that Yamcha, like I said, the guy who is actually famous for Yamcha's death, is actually 2-1 against Goku. I'm starting to regret doing this list now. Yeah. But now the Emperor Pilaf Saga's over, we move on to the Tournament Saga, where Goku first goes up against a couple of police officers, and obviously they can't do anything against Goku. And then a bit later on during training, Krillin tries to cheat, Goku and Krillin have a fight, Goku wins, but Krillin still cheats. So there's 2 wins there. And also not to mention the misunderstanding where Launch attacks Goku and then he knocks her out with 1 kick to the head. Any win will do. So let's go through some of the people that Goku beats on his way to the final. Yes, Goku got to the final. We have fighter number 69, Black Boxer. Please don't shoot me, I didn't name him that. He is actually called that. Fighter number 83, then he takes on Giran, and then in the semi-final he takes on Nam. So all those wins, gets to the final, and he's against Jackie Chan, who's actually Master Roshi in disguises, if you didn't know that. And obviously, can Goku win the World Tournament? Nope. Yeah, no, he lost. So now we move on to the mega epic known as the Red Ribbon Saga, where first of all Goku takes on a pterodactyl, again, and wins. And he also has a bit of a rematch with Giran, and wins, again. But now Goku finally meets some goons, some low-level goons from the Red Ribbon Army, promptly beats them, but then he goes on, accidentally joins in a three-way fight. So it's Goku versus Emperor Pilaf's ship and the Red Ribbon Army. And unfortunately, the Red Ribbon Army won that, even though they beat Pilaf's ship. Goku still lost, he got knocked off his Nimbus Cloud. In fact, the Nimbus Cloud got destroyed. And so, yeah, that's a loss, I'm afraid. But after this setback, Goku goes back to his old ways, where he saves a baby monkey from a panther, win, takes out some more Red Ribbon goons, another win there, and takes out their leader, Colonel Silver, another win. Now, Goku must take on the might of Muscle Tower. And he starts off, as usual, taking out some Red Ribbon goons, and then Major Metaltron, who's an obvious rip of Arnold Schwarzenegger. But obviously, Goku beats him, more because his batteries die rather than Goku actually beats him. Now, Goku now goes up against the deadly ninja Murasaki and his brothers, and Goku beats them over and over and over and over again. But because technically it's all the same fight, he's only getting one win for that one. I know, I'm horrible. Then we go back to taking out some more Red Ribbon goons, and then he takes on the creature Byron. And using his brains to beat this guy, Goku wins. Yeah, just to let you know, early on, Goku actually used his brains to beat enemies. Something that sort of disappeared in Super a little bit. But now, Goku's up against the commander of Muscle Tower, General White, and loses. Yeah, Goku lost against this bad guy. Goku has an obvious flaw which the General took advantage of, grabbing his tail. But don't worry, Goku cannot last being a loser for long, because he has a rematch against Ninja Murasaki and beats him. After this, Goku goes to the city, needs some money, gets into a fight to earn some money. Yeah, another win. But because Goku has some money now, a couple of robbers decide to, steal that money from him. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea, he just beat the hell out of them. Now, we're moving on to the fabulous General Buu Saga. I shouldn't be doing stuff like that. But he starts off, as usual, taking out a couple of goons, then takes out a robot pirate and an octopus. This doesn't really make much sense, but trust me, he does beat all these people. Now, finally, Goku goes up against the head of this saga, General Buu, and because General Buu has this little thing where he can paralyze his opponent, Goku doesn't stand a chance. He's having his butt kicked, and he's about to lose until a mouse runs past, scares General Buu, and gives Goku the win. I swear, I am not making this up. However, General Buu is not down for long, and they get into a rematch which technically General Buu wins because he cheats and ties Goku up before he can actually get into a fight, leaves a bomb, runs away. That, annoyingly, is a win for General Buu, but luckily Goku is saved by launch. But Goku, a bit annoyed by this, goes after General Buu. They crash into the Penguin Village, get into another fight, and loses. Until he is saved by Ariel, who will be coming up a bit later on again in this list as well. Now it's on to the final saga of this Red Ribbon Army saga, the Commander Red Saga, where Goku starts off again. No, he doesn't actually. He fights Captain Yellow. Granted, he wins. But the Red Ribbon Army are not happy with all of these losses against Goku, so they send in mercenary Tao, who promptly, easily beats Goku. And when I say promptly and easily, he nearly killed Goku. So in order to get more powerful, Goku must travel Korin's tower, beat Korin, and get the sacred water. Well, Goku does this, and it turns out to be tap water. But Goku's now ready for the first time where we're really hyped up for a rematch between Goku and Mercenary Tao, and Goku beats him. it was actually one of the better fights so far, to be perfectly honest. However, Goku at this point is not very happy with all this going on with the Red Ribbon Army, so Goku goes after and takes on the Red Ribbon Army. Not some goons, not some henchmen, he takes on the whole frigging army. But remember our rules, one person v lots of people only counts as one win. So only one win there, I'm afraid, Goku. After all of this fighting, Goku's finally against Commander Red, who promptly runs away and leaves him to fight Staff Officer Black. Don't hate me, I didn't name him. But this fight didn't actually get a definitive ending because Commander Red blew the floor up and they both fell forward. So no points either side, no win, no loss, no nothing. But Goku doesn't actually get to fight Commander Red because Staff Officer Black, once again, don't shoot me, killed him. But now, Staff Officer Black now has a mech suit and Goku has to fight him in the black suit. I'm not saying his name again. And Goku promptly wins. Now we move on to the Fortuneteller Barber Saga, which is a mini tournament. It's a 5v5 tournament. Goku, being the last member of their team, doesn't enter until round 3, where he first takes out Bandages the Mummy, and then Spikes the Vampire. And then he's fighting this mysterious man. This mysterious man is actually beating Goku a lot, knows about his weakness, really pounds him with the tail, has got Goku banged to right, and then promptly surrenders. Now, this is where it gets a bit confusing because, yeah, the mysterious man actually beat Goku, but because this isn't a tournament, we go by tournament rules, so win for Goku. Oh, by the way, the mysterious man turns out to be Goku's granddad. Great parenting. Now, Goku goes after the last Dragon Ball and faces off against the Pilaf gang again and beats them again. Why do they keep trying? They're never going to win. Now, after this, Goku has to travel the world on his own to get some real-world experience. And along the way, he does have a few fights. First of all, Tiger Thief. Then Plague and Terror. Tien Taken. I think I've said that one wrong. But when Goku comes up against Sky Dragon, Goku then gets another loss in his record. But once again, as happens a lot in Dragon Ball, they have a rematch and Goku promptly wins that one. And then after this, Goku travels to the demon world and has 3 fights back to back. King's Crest Knight, a large demon, and Shula. And obviously, Goku wins all 3 of these fights. Now, after this, Goku bumps into a con man called Shinhan. And actually, Shinhan is a lot better fighter and beats Goku. Now, they do have a rematch, but it's not a fight. Goku, once again, uses his brains and wit to beat Shinhan. But because it wasn't a fight, no points. Sorry. But that's not the last we see of Shinhan. Now, we're on to the Shinhan Saga. I did say he'll be back. And once again, this is a proper tournament-based saga. So, once again, because of story reasons, Goku gets to the final. Who does he beat getting to the final? Well, let me tell you. King Chopper, Tiger Man, a temple student, Pampert, and obviously his best friend now, Krillin. Now, in the final, Goku gets this rematch against Shinhan. So you'd expect, being in a final, being a story about Goku, Goku will win? Nope. And the way he lost was even stupider. So Shinhan, Goku, they're fighting in the air, and the loser's going to be the first one to hit the floor. Now they're both traveling pretty much neck and neck, except Goku hits a car before Shinhan hits the floor. Yeah. Okay. But unfortunately, that's a loss. Now, we're moving on to the next saga because the end of the previous saga ended with the death of Krillin. Goku, enraged for the first time in his life, goes after Krillin's killer, finds up to him, and loses. Tambourine beats Goku senseless. So bad that the first fight that Goku has after this fight was against a kangaroo. And Goku lost. Yeah, Goku lost against a kangaroo. After this, Goku bumps into Yajirobe, and due to a misunderstanding, they get into a fight, but because Goku is still weak, Goku loses again. But after this, Yajirobe and Goku sort out their differences, Goku gets his strength back, and goes to get revenge on Tambourine. And Goku beats Tambourine this time, great. But now, we're up against the villain of the saga, the great King Demon Piccolo. That's what he's actually called. And Goku does not fare very well. In fact, so much so, everyone thinks that Goku is dead. He's not dead, He does die, but not just yet. Now, to help Goku recover his strength and become stronger, Korin sends Goku off to fight the darkness, which Goku promptly does defeat the darkness in an epic fight. So Goku's now ready to take on a younger, stronger King Piccolo. And in what is the best fight in the Dragon Ball series, not including Z or Super, the best fight in Dragon Ball, Goku and King Piccolo have this epic showdown. And oh my god, it is amazing. Go and watch that fight if you've not seen it. But ultimately, Goku does win. So after this excitement and after that massive saga, we do move on to the Piccolo Jr. saga, where Goku has 3 years to prepare for Piccolo's return. So he goes to meet Kami, the Earth's Guardian. But first, he has to go through Mr. Popo. Goku can't do it. Goku cannot touch Mr. Popo. But after seeing Goku's resolve and resilience to keep trying and trying, Kami decides to grant him an audience. However, Kami looks like King Piccolo. So Goku attacks and yeah, Kami just went, yeah, that was a one-side, that was a squash match. Goku is then sent to go and train with a great master, but he bumps into the wrong person. But he does beat that person quite easily. Now, after learning a great lesson, Goku is actually sent to go and meet Master Roshi. When Master Roshi was younger, Goku bumps into Master Roshi's teacher, and Goku can't beat Roshi's teacher. However, Goku does actually beat the Crane Hermit, which is a good thing and a point. Now, one last little training session for Goku. Mr. Popo creates a Goku doll, but Goku cannot touch this doll. No matter how much he tries and tries, he cannot beat her until he does. Now, Goku's not getting the win because the reason why Goku won that is because he ran out of power. That's a loss. Sorry, Goku. Now, we move forward 3 years to the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Tournament rules apply. Now, we only actually see 2 preliminary fights this time. First of all, a rematch against King Chopper and also against a Muay Thai fighter as well. So 2 wins there. Now, we move on to the actual tournament proper. Goku's first fight is against someone who wants to keep their name anonymous. However, Goku beats Anonymous quite quickly, and then it turns out Anonymous is Chi-Chi, and then they get engaged. Aww. Now, in the semi-final, Goku and Tien Shinhan have a rematch, which happens a lot in this series. And Goku finally beats Tien Shinhan in a one-on-one fight. Now, on to the final. This is the 3rd World Tournament. Goku's been runner-up twice. Can he actually win this tournament? And this time it's against Piccolo Jr. Well, yes. Finally, Goku won a tournament by beating Piccolo. Now, after this, we do have a bit of a mini saga where Goku and Chi-Chi go off to get married. Now, along the way, they bump into the Pilaf gang. Well, it's pretty obvious how that one went. But Goku does have a fight with a god called Anin and doesn't actually fare very well with that one. So yeah, in the entire of Dragon Ball, Goku loses his final fight. So we've now done the whole of Dragon Ball, and Goku has actually won 63 fights and lost 23 fights, which isn't actually that bad. But that's Dragon Ball. Let's move on to Dragon Ball Z. What I'm going to do with the scores is I'm going to freeze these 2, I'm going to put some total ones on there, and I'm also going to, so you can see how he fares in Dragon Ball Z, because obviously it's a little bit different when it comes to Z. Now, starting off in Dragon Ball Z, we start off with the Raditz Saga. Now, Goku only actually has 2 fights in this saga. The first one against his brother Raditz, which Goku loses and has his son kidnapped. But then they have a rematch. Now, technically it's a win, but Goku died. He was holding Raditz in place, so Piccolo shot a hole through both Raditz and Goku. Goku dies. Sorry, as I said at the beginning, the rules are if you die, that's a loss. We are 2 fights into this Dragon Ball Z, and Goku didn't win a single fight in the first saga. So let's move on to the Vegeta Saga. Does Goku fare any better? Now, Goku's story in the Vegeta Saga is Goku needs to go to see King Kai to actually get trained. Now, along the way, he gets into a fight with someone called Goz, and finally gets his first win. Can't have Goku being on 0 for too long, could you? He also has a fight with a princess snake, and Goku beats that one as well. Thank God for filler. Now, so after a while, Goku gets to King Kai, trains, but now he has to rush back to Earth to save his friends. He does that in the nick of time, goes up against Vegeta's henchman Nappa, and yeah, that was a one-sided fight. So win for Goku. Now we've got the first fight that everyone is excited for. Goku versus Vegeta, and Vegeta actually wins that fight. What? You thought Goku won? No! Face it, Vegeta in his great ape form was stomping all over Goku, breaking both his legs. Yajirobe saved Goku by cutting off his tail. Then Gohan turns into a great ape, beats Vegeta up. Krillin's about to kill him with a sword, but Goku saves him. Goku did not win that fight. Vegeta did. So on to the next saga, the Namek Saga, which, bizarrely enough, Goku's not in it that much because he remains on Earth to recover. However, he does return right at the very end to take on Raccoon and save the day. This will start becoming a common theme in Dragon Ball Z. So quickly moving on to the Captain Ginyu Saga, and Goku takes on Butter and Juice in a 2-on-1 match and takes them both out. So Goku's now getting on it, getting his flow, right? Wrong! Goku then goes up against Captain Ginyu himself. Now Goku is winning this fight, he's a better fighter and can beat Captain Ginyu quite easily, except Captain Ginyu then punches a hole in his own chest, then swaps bodies and then runs away. That, annoyingly, is a win for Captain Ginyu and a loss for Goku. Now, it doesn't stay like this for long because Vegeta and Ginyu start fighting, Ginyu being in Goku's body. Vegeta is actually winning, so Ginyu tries to do the trick. Goku manages to get his body back and then throws a frog in the way, so Ginyu's now a frog. But that doesn't get Goku a point because that fight was actually Vegeta versus Ginyu. No points for Goku. Now, we move on to the epic Frieza Saga. This saga is probably what Dragon Ball is most known for, but Goku spends most of it in a medical chamber, once again turns up at the end and has that colossal fight with Frieza, where Goku finally becomes Super Saiyan and eventually overcomes Frieza. Yeah, Goku only has one actual fight. Granted, that fight lasts about 20 odd episodes, even though it was only supposed to be about 5 minutes. Next up is the Garlic Jr. Saga. Goku's not in it. Done. So next we have the Trunks Saga. Goku doesn't actually have a fight in that saga, even though Goku's in it and Trunks test him, it's not really a fight, and Frieza was taken out by Trunks. So there's 2 sagas down. So let's crack on with the next saga that Goku has a fight with, which is the Android Saga. But unfortunately, Goku only has one fight with Android 19, I think it was. But unfortunately, Goku's heart condition affects him. Android 19 gets the win. So yeah, another loss to Goku. Unfortunately, because of this, Goku's sort of out for the next couple of sagas. So in the Imperfect Cell Saga and Perfect Cell Saga, Goku doesn't really have any fights. He has sparring matches, but they don't count. So yeah. Let's move on to the Cell Game Saga. Now, in a weird twist of fate, Goku decides to go first out of the Z Fighters. And Goku and Perfect Cell are evenly matched until Goku surrenders. Now, because this is a tournament rules apply, that's a loss to Goku. So for the rest of the tournament, Goku's in the sidelines. He does get attacked by a Cell Jr. and promptly easily beats that. Now, a bit later on, Cell goes to try and blow himself up. Goku jumps back into the fight, teleports him to King Kai's planet, and dies. What have I said about people dying? That's a loss. Yeah, Goku did not fare well in this saga either. Now, because Goku actually dies and stays dead for a while, we join his adventure in the Otherworld Saga. Now, Goku does not waste any time getting into fights and takes out the Ginyu Force again, and then decides to join in a world tournament, an otherworldly tournament. Firstly, he beats Katavari, then he beats Aquila, and in the semi-final, he takes on Makara. Okay, so now we're in the final, and he actually is up against someone called Piccolo. Now, this is quite interesting because one hand, Goku beats Piccolo by knocking him out of the ring. However, the Elder Kai, or the Grand Kai, disqualified both Goku and Piccolo because they both touched the ceiling. So, no points? Yeah, no points for that one. Now, back on Earth, the story continues with the Great Saiyaman Saga. But Goku is not really in this saga, so he moves on. And next up, we have the World Tournament Saga. But that's prepping for the next saga. Goku doesn't really have a fight, so onto the Babidi Saga, where things do take a bit of a change. Goku joins all the Z fighters up against Dabura. Now this fight doesn't actually have a definitive winner because Dabura does sort of retreat. However, because Goku didn't die, Goku can have the win this time. Next up, Goku has a fight with Yukon and promptly wins. We're getting back on form here. Next up, we have the rematch we have all been waiting for. Goku versus Vegeta. Now, technically it sort of started in the World Tournament Saga, but it didn't really happen. But now we've got Vegeta, who's actually Majin Vegeta, against Goku, and they go all over the place, and Vegeta actually wins. Yeah, Vegeta is actually 2-0 against Goku. Vegeta always beats Goku. Now, it did turn out that Goku was holding back something, but it doesn't matter. The result stands. Win for Vegeta, loss for Goku. However, Goku's time is up, and he has to go back to the other world. However, Goku does come back to life properly in the Fusion Saga, and Goku's first fight is against Super Buu, and he promptly goes up to Super Saiyan 3, but he can't get the job done. So Goku drops down to Super Saiyan 2, teams up with Vegeta, and they still can't do the job. Another loss. Now they do actually fuse, become Vegito, still lose. But because that's Vegito, not Goku, I'm going to be nice, Goku's not getting the point this time. But because now they've been absorbed into Buu, they're fighting some enzymes, and they win, and a roundworm, and win. We're getting those wins back again, guys. Goku then takes on a fake version of his son. He can't beat his own son until his son turns into a cake. Win, sort of. It's confusing trying to do this list, really. However, Super Buu realizes what they're doing, creates a version of himself inside himself. But same again, Goku cannot beat Super Buu in his base, especially in his base form. So yeah, another loss. However, because of their action, Buu turns into Kid Buu, and we start the Kid Buu Saga. Goku, in a rage, tries to take on Kid Buu, but can't. So that's another loss. However, Vegeta then takes on Kid Buu along with Good Buu to buy Goku some time to create a mega super epic spirit bomb, which finally defeats Buu. So yeah, we get a win there. Good job, Goku. Now, there's only actually one more fight left in Z, which is Goku versus Oob, but that fight doesn't really finish, so neither points each side. Now we've completed Dragon Ball Z, and if I've done my maths right, it should be 17 to 15. I hope I've got that right. So, it's okay, more than half, but not actually that great. You can imagine what it would be like if we didn't have all these fillers. Thank God, this is why I'm doing Z, not Z-Kai. So we move on to Dragon Ball Super. So we're locking those Z schools, put Super up, let's get going. Now the first saga, the God of Destruction Saga, there's actually 13 fights in this saga. However, Goku is only in 2 of them. Now in the first fight, he goes up against Beerus because he's trying to show off, and Beerus just defends, one hit, gone. But later on, Goku works out to become a Super Saiyan God, goes up against Beerus. This fight is threatening to destroy the entire universe with just their power. However, Goku cannot nail the win, runs out of power. That's another loss. We've started the same way as Z. We're 2-0 after the first saga. Can we improve in the next saga? Which is the Golden Frieza Saga. Now, most of Goku is actually fighting as a training, so they don't count. But after a while, Goku and Vegeta go to the end. They tag team a lot with no definitive winners, no definitive losers. They're just trying to one-up each other. However, when Frieza goes to destroy the Earth, Goku jumps in and steals the win from Vegeta. So it is a win, but it's a controversial win. I'm actually on Vegeta's side on this one. That was out of order of Goku. Can someone tell me why I'm a fan of this show? Next up is the Universe 6 Saga, and we have a winner stays on tournament. And Goku, because he's now more arrogant, doesn't think of anything, he's completely different to how he was in Dragon Ball, Goku decides to go first and takes on Botomo and wins. Next up, he goes up against Frost, who looks like Frieza, but is nice. Or is he? Nope, he cheats and he beats Goku. However, because Frost cheated, Goku is allowed back into the tournament a little bit later, where Goku will take on the assassin Hit. Now, Hit and Goku go all out, but they're not allowed to go at full power because you're not allowed to kill. So as a mark of protest, Goku quits. Now, because this is a tournament rules apply, that's a loss. Goku's not doing very well in Super, really, is he? Now, next up is the Copy-Vegeta Saga, which is actually a compilation of lots of little stories. Now, the first one, Goku bumps into Monaka, wants to fight Monaka because apparently Monaka's the strongest being in the universe. He's not. But Beerus decides to put on a costume. Goku and Beerus in a Monaka costume go head to head, but the fight doesn't finish because, once again, it's threatening to destroy the universe. So no points again. Now, later on in this saga, Goku goes against the Copy-Vegeta. He is struggling to beat him, but he does beat him thanks to Monaka accidentally stepping on something. That one's weird, but it is a win for Goku, sort of, but it's not a loss against Vegeta because it wasn't actually Vegeta. Now we move on to the Future Trunks Saga. Seriously, why can we call this the Goku Black Saga? Goku Black's awesome. Now, the first fight Goku has was against Trunks because Trunks thinks he's Goku Black, but Goku only defends himself before the fight stopped. However, we will give Goku the win here because he didn't actually do anything offensive. However, not long after this, Goku Black arrives from the future and Goku Black go head to head, and they are evenly matched until Goku Black gets pulled back to the future. How many references to Back to the Future can I make during this video? So we are going to give Goku the win for this because Goku didn't really lose. Yeah, we'll give Goku the win on this one. Next up, Goku takes on Zamasu to see if he is Goku Black, but once again, they're evenly matched. The fight gets stopped. No obvious winner, no points. Now, they do go back to the future, and we have this mega multi-person fight where we have Goku, Vegeta and Future Trunks against Goku Black and obviously Zamasu, because it's all out in the open. However, Goku, Vegeta and Future Trunks cannot beat them. And so they get beaten so much they have to return to the present to recover. So that is a loss. They do some things in the present to try and change the future. They go to the future, it hasn't changed. A bit like an Endgame, really. But they get into another fight with Goku Black and Zamasu. Still can't get the job done. They run back to the past. Now, they go back to the future again. And this time, they're starting to get the upper hand until Zamasu and Goku Black fuse. And that's it. Game over for Goku and Vegeta. However, Trunks unleashes a Super Saiyan Raid and finally beats Fused Zamasu. But that was Trunks, not Goku. Goku gets the loss. However, Fused Zamasu is not down and out yet. He comes back as Infinite Zamasu. Literally, he's infinite. Nobody can touch him whatsoever. The whole entire multiverse is in danger, which is happening a lot in a lot of things at the moment. That's a different video. However, Zenu comes, snaps it onto everything out of existence. However, that is another loss for Goku. Now, after all this excitement, we do have a couple of fillers. First of all, Goku has a rematch against Ariel, who was actually right back in the original Dragon Ball, but unfortunately, Goku can't beat her. Beerus does by flicking. That's a different story. But yeah, there's another loss to Goku. Also, Goku gets a contract out on his life, which Hit's taken up. They have their first match. Hit kills Goku. That is a loss. However, Goku knew that was going to happen, put something in place so he could come back to life. Okay, so Hit and Goku then have a rematch. But because the rematch is going so well and they get an audience, they decide they don't want to fight anymore because they don't want the audience. No points. Anticlimactic. I'm not very happy with that fight. So next we have come up against the Universe Survival Saga. And we do start off a little bit low-key, back to how Dragon Ball used to be, with Goku actually taking on some burglars. Obviously that's an easy one. And then we have a Zeno Expo, where Goku actually has to fight Jabamo, I think that's how you say his name, and ultimately Goku does win. Great. Now we are on to the Tournament of Power. Now once again, as we've been doing throughout this video, it's a tournament, so we follow the tournament rules. This is a tournament of 80 fighters in a battle royale, and with the rules of a battle royale,
there can be only one.
Yep. So it doesn't matter how many people you eliminate, how many fights you may win. It's one big tournament, tournament rules apply. So you would expect something like this, Goku to win. No, Goku actually comes joint third with Frieza because they tag teamed up. They rematerialized before Jiran, so that means Jiran comes runner up, and the winner of the tournament is Android 17. Interesting. But unfortunately, because Goku didn't win, that is a loss. So, if I've done my maths right, in Dragon Ball Super, Goku did not do very well. I think it's 6 wins to 12 losses, not very good. But overall, if I got it right, it's 92 wins to 49 losses, which isn't that bad. Goku won 65% of all of his fights in the entire Dragon Ball franchise. As I said, not including the movies or GT side of things. It does put a question on why are Dragon Ball fans thinking Goku's so great when he only wins just over half of his fights. As I said, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super Goku are two completely different Gokus. Goku used his brain in Dragon Ball and he was a dumbass in Super. But that's a different matter. Now, I'm hoping I've done my research right. If I've missed any fights, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of this? Were you surprised with the results? Because let's face it, I was. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Come back to see more content another time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, bye-bye.